Sir, in session 1 of our ADF, we have taken introduction to Azure Data Engineer products. Some 7 or 8, about some 7 or 8 products introduction we have taken. What is the purpose of each one? And in yesterday's session, which is session 2, the roles and challenges of data engineer. But these roles and challenges not only exclusively for Azure data engineers, for any data engineer. And also you have seen the difference between traditional ETL developer and data engineer. He has some additional responsibilities. Because lot data is messy, point number 1. That means structured, unstructured like this. And also you have many different varieties of sources. Previously, we work with only structured data in traditional warehouses. But there is importance of other kind of data streams. One minute, sir. Some classroom interruption. Okay. So you have different types of sources like RDBMS sources, you have file sources, and lot data is coming from streamings. Okay. And log data nowadays in NoSQL databases. That we have different varieties of NoSQL databases. Being a ADF developer or any cloud data engineer, you should be able to connect with any kind of source and you should be able to fetch the data into your target systems. And also you have different many varieties of targets also. Target is not always warehouse system. It depends on to whom you want to provide your data. That means you want to make provision of your data. Based on that, the target will be changed. Suppose for the BI people, you want to provide the data. Directly you can dump into your warehouse system. Of course, in our Azure, our warehouse system is Synapse. We have a service called Azure Synapse Analytics. Within that database will be there, and also there are Synapse pipelines will be there. With that, you can perform even transformations also. Some typical transformations you will be doing from the Synapse, which is especially the statistical related kind of things. And suppose you want to provide your data to machine learning engineers, you want to transform your data, finally transform data or pre-processed data you want to make available to machine learning engineer. At that time, suppose your target audience is machine learning engineer, the data preparation steps will be changing. Depends on the model what they want to build. Based on that, the data preparation will be changing. Finally, this processed data will be dumped into data lake. From the data lakes, they will be taking. Similarly, your processed results you want to make available to other different online applications. At that time, you have to write your results into OLTP systems. If result is OLTP, that too structured, then you can go with RDBMS. You can write into RDBMS systems, or else you can write into NoSQL systems like Cosmos DB. So these are the differences. Nothing, same role is same as ETL, but additional skill set is required. Okay, just the ETL developers are transforming as data engineers. That's it. Today's session 3. We come to our actual part, which is ADF. Okay. So in the practical part, tomorrow, max tomorrow or day after tomorrow onwards, I will start practical part. At the time, you will be seeing like from data lake basics onwards, how to create data lake accounts, storage accounts, and how to create different connections with that, and how you can create instance for ADF and everything we will see. So for today, we are going to talk about this ADF. Already I explained in the first session importance of ADF. Is a cloud ETL. Okay. So cloud ETL of Azure. Simply no need to say the full form of ADF, already you know. So you have generally two types of operations. What are those things? Two types of ETL operations, ETL and ELT. Here ADF mainly for ELT kind of model. Extract, load, and then apply the transformation. Between source and target, if you perform some transformations, process will be delayed. That's why for all small volumes, go for ETL style. For all big volumes, you can go for ELT style. Got it? ADF will support both the things, extract, transform, and loading. But between source and target, if transformation logic is complex and data volume is high, automatically process will be slowed down. Whenever our processes are taking too much of time, again, according to that, the charges will be applied to you. So that's why, like, what is a better way is first simply connect with your source database, as easily dump into your data lake or some other thing. Once data is dumped, once data came into Azure storage, then you do your process and write your final results into your required system. Maybe Cosmos DB, maybe again data lake, or maybe Synapse Analytics, like this. So here mainly a simple clarity for you. Already we discussed about this topic. ETL process suitable for small volumes of data, and ELT, it suits for big volumes. It suits for big volumes. Okay. So the reason why most of people are coming to the cloud means that data volumes drastically increased. This much of volumes, maintaining a non-premise databases is very costly. That's why they are coming into the clouds. That is the basic reason. If a client is coming to the cloud means definitely might have a big volume of data, that to all varieties of data. So that is the reason we have to follow the process in the style of ELT. Got it? Of course, there are so much of competition in the ELT, but in the Azure cloud, this is the product. But in on-premise, there are a lot many other products are there. Okay. See, sir, ADF main purpose is extract. Extract means what? First of all, what are the steps? Connect with source data sets. Here data set can be a file. Here data set can be a DB. The DB can be RDBMS. The DB can be NoSQL database. It can be of anything. But if it is streaming data, ADF is not fit for that. For streaming, for that you have separate Azure streaming. Again, Azure streaming jobs you can include as part of activity in the pipeline and the ADF. Okay, so later those things we will see. So connect with source data sets and read data from it. This is what the meaning of extraction. So when I call it as a load, extracted data should be written into maybe data lake, that means storage account. When I talk about storage account, you have different things. Azure Blob Storage, Azure Data Lake. That I told you we have two things, Gen 1 and Gen 2. The latest one is Gen 2. Gen 1 is going to be deprecated by September 2024. Okay, that is the last day for Gen 1. So meanwhile, if any client is having data in the Gen 1, they have to migrate from Gen 1 to Gen 2. Okay, so in the technicals, we will discuss about the differences between each one. And also one more storage you have, the load into warehouse environment. What is our warehouse here? Synapse. But when to use what, already you have clarity. If data is purely structured, I can go with Synapse. Okay, but other than structured remaining things, better use data lake. Any kind of variety that you can store from the data lake level. Got it. Now the transformation. In the case of transformation, most of transformations will be done by ADF pipelines. Pipeline means sequence of activities. First data extraction, next data cleansing, and after that expected business transformations on the data, and then finally write it to the result. In this way, in one single step, you cannot perform all the activities. Okay, pipeline means set of sequence of activities. Means in the first activity you are trying to extract the data. In the second activity you are trying to filter the data. You are avoiding unnecessary data. In the third step you are cleansing the data. Suppose there might be some missed values like that. Okay, in the fourth step you are doing business related transformations. According you are executing your business logics. In this way, pipeline means is a sequence of activities. Okay, so most of transformations will be done by the ADF pipeline, and other transformations, Synapse pipes also will be there. You can say even Synapse pipelines. And what is the third alternative to perform the transformations? Azure Databricks. Azure Databricks. These are the three possible ways to perform your transformations. Anything, ADF can write into any other target, even Synapse, but Synapse cannot write into other different targets. Synapse can hold data itself into the Synapse only, but Databricks can write into any other different target. But every time if you go with the Azure Databricks, charges will be high. Okay. Already in yesterday's session we discussed when to go for Azure Databricks. When our high speed is demanded for your requirement. That too for big volume of data, when our high speed is demanded for you, so then only go with Databricks. Okay, so finally this is the purpose of ADF. So what are the advantages of ADF? To the business user, tell me, not to the learner or not to the job seeker. For a business user, what are the advantages of ADF? Already you have answer for that. Is a cloud-based. Number one is a cloud-based. That means if it is cloud-based, what are the things? No infrastructure for me. Of course, infrastructure will be taken care by Azure. Got it? And second thing is auto scaling feature I will be getting. Suppose if my infrastructure is static, suddenly data volume increased. Again, my processes will be delayed. More volume increase, my existing infrastructure may be hanged out. My existing servers may be hanged out. To avoid that kind of problem, not only Azure, every cloud is offering auto scaling. Got it? And one more major important thing, no less maintenance. Of course, maintenance cost will be there, very less maintenance cost. So generally you have to maintain a big servers, networking team, security team, lot other stuff is required for that. Here also required just the basic one ADF administrator, one Azure administrator, 1 or 2 persons enough to maintain all these things. Got it. So less maintenance cost. And software wise, no licensing cost. No need to purchase the license for the ETL software. No license cost or no license investment. So these are the basic benefits. Simply if you have browser with internet, you can connect from anywhere. But who has to connect, who should not connect, that depends on our security policies. Okay, the security admins will take care of it. Okay, being a ADF developer, your responsibility is to create these data pipelines. Okay, now let's jump into ADF. This is just outline to the ADF. And also one more thing, sir. For the developer, there is an advantage. It's very simplified. Very simplified. And almost no coding. Almost no coding. Got it. So especially for someone, the last word might be very attractive, but very torturable. Because in my experience, what I have seen is where there is a coding, that process implementation is very easy. If there is no coding, a lot of runtime issues will be there. Solving them, the troubleshooting them will be a tougher. Got it? Okay. So let's jump into the ADF. The first, we need to understand ADF building blocks. You can say general word ADF components or building blocks. These things are mainly pipeline. So main work is pipelines. Within the pipelines, you will be seeing activities. Okay. But for every activity, you are going to work with data sets. Finally, what? You need one source, one target. Between source and target, only some transformations you are going to perform. Okay. But what should be this database? That is later discussion. To create this data set, I need linked service. Please wait, one by one I will explain each and every one. So here my work style, I want to create a pipeline. Pipeline is a sequence of activities. Sequence of activities. Every activity is some operation on the data. It can be filter operation. Okay, it can be business logic transformation. Okay, it can be applying summary kind of aggregations on the data. Anything is activity, or reading is also one of the activity. Writing is also one of the activity. A sequence of activities are called pipelines, but your activities are going to work with the data. That's why in our pipeline, the first step should be source. A data set should be there. Data set can be file, RDBMS, it can be NoSQL database. But I want to create a data set means for the data set, prerequisite is linked service. Linked service is a connection string. Just like your database connection string or server connection string, like that, linked service is a connection string to a database or to a storage account. Without linked service, I cannot create data set, remember this part. But to create linked service, again, I have a prerequisite, that is integration runtime. Okay. So these are the major building blocks of your ADF. Whatever the work you do, your work will be part of these five, any one of these five only. In a high level, that is a pipeline. Within the pipeline activities working with the data. To work with, to create a data set, you need to create a linked service. To create linked service, integration runtime. Generally, in organizations, integration runtimes and linked services are created by the ADF admins. Okay. But if it is a proof of concept kind of projects, okay, as a developer, you have to create it. If it is new development project, okay, their admins, ADF admins will be there. They will be creating integration runtimes and linked services. Finally, they are giving you that linked service. Based on that linked service, you are creating data sets. Got it. But in organizations, you don't have access to do all these things. Admins will be creating it. But you should know. Suppose if they ask you to do one POC, proof of concept projects, you have to implement. You have to act as admin, you have to act as developer, and everything is new. So that don't neglect anything, learn all the things. Okay. And also one more thing here, let me numbering for this. Number 1, this is number 2, number 3, It's 4, it's 5. Let's come step by step. And also one more point I'm adding here, that is data flows. See, actually here in ADF, you have two versions. Version 1 and version 2. In case of version 2, data flows are introduced. Okay, data flows are introduced. The difference between old version and current version, in the old version, only normal activities. In version 2 onwards, data flows are there. If I create a data flow for my data transformations, if I create a data flow, when I run that data flow, automatically my job will be converted into Databricks job. Databricks is basically faster execution. Got it. So 90% of cases, I need not to write any coding in the form of Databricks. But still, to perform some complex business logic, if my data is unstructured, to perform some NLP, natural language processing kind of models, to execute NLP kind of models, at that time, Databricks developer will come into the picture. He will be writing his code into PySpark or Scala in such languages. So till then, just remember, very soon we are going to touch these data flows. Mainly, we are going to work with data flows, which is version 2 concept. Okay. Now, we have listed 6 things. One by one, we will discuss. The first, pipeline. Tell me, what is a pipeline? Not collection of activities, a sequence set of activities. You are not collecting anything. Remember, it's a sequence set of activities. Okay. Next one, activity. Simply, sir, in ADF, around 20 to 23 regularly used activities will be there. Suppose if it is normal programming language, sir, generally you have different statements, right? If is one statement, while is one statement, for is one statement. How you have different controlling statements? Like this, here in activities, what you want to do with the data depends on your requirement, different activities will be there. The regular used activities will be 20 to 23 maximum. If you really master in 20 to 23, that is enough. Any project, any task for your pipeline designing will be covered with those 23 weapons. So here activity means what? What you can say? Pipeline is a set of activities, okay? But what is activity? Activity is a data operation. Activity is a data operation. Got it. What are the examples of data operations? Data reading. Okay. Data, some computations on the data. Some filters. Okay. Data cleansing, that means handling the null values or missed values. Performing aggregations like summary. All these are the things of all these things are called data operations. Okay. So activity is a data operation. That means some operation on the data. Examples for this. You have different activities here. Copy activity. So how exactly these activities will work? One by one we will see in the practical part. Get metadata activity. If else activity. For each activity. All these things are programming control statements in general languages. But here you need not write any coding. Got it? Only drag and drop. For each activity. In this way, many activities will be there. Among all these things, the data flow is also one of the activities. But with the data flow, complex data transformations, you can make it very easily. In the case of version 1, that is very tough. But in version 2, very simple. The two data flows will be converted into Databricks jobs in runtime, so that your data process will be done very fastly. Got it? So this is the meaning of activity. Got it? Now, one simple scenario I will give you, sir. Based on that, you can understand what exactly a pipeline is. I have a flow like this. Think that this is my source data set. One minute. This is my source data set. Here I am applying filter. Here I am doing like a cleaning null values. This is my sink. That is target. My source is coming from Oracle. And Oracle too, I'm writing data into, let's say, data lake. Once my data came into the data lake, I'm applying some filter. Some unwanted data I'm eliminating. After that, I am checking for null values, whether there are null values or not. Think that all my expected transformation is completed. I'm writing into sync, that means target. Now this is a pipeline. This entire box is a pipeline. How many activities are there in this simple? 4 activities are there. The first activity, okay? The first activity, reading data. Second activity, applying filter. Third activity, cleaning. Fourth activity, writing into target. So this is what a pipeline is. Whenever I execute this, in the same sequence, the pipeline will be executed. In the same sequence, activities will be one by one will be executed. But among all these things, some activities, you can make them as parallel. If, for example, you look at the second steps are here in the pipeline. There is filter. Filter directly can be executed, or first step completed, then only it has to be executed. After completion of the first step. Got it. But there are different activities. One activity, reading data from table 1. Another activity, reading data from table 2. Is there any connection between table 1 and table 2? There is no dependency. In this case, these two activities can be parallel. Understand? But in the above picture, after completion of first activity only, second activity should be done. After second only, third should be done. Then finally, the last one should be executed. Suppose in the first case, in the pipeline, in the given pipeline case, if second activity is failed during runtime, while you are testing, that is okay. But while during runtime in the production, the second activity got failed. Then what is expected? Entire pipeline break, or skip the second step and go to the third step? No, it should not be. Got it? Because third activity depends on second activity. This is what a pipeline. Got it? But some activities can be parallel. Example, the second, the tab 1 and tab 2. I want to read data from table 1. I want to read data from table 2. If both are independent activities, they can be executed parallel. On that way, you can choose what activities to be parallel, what activities should be in a sequence. Understood? Again, I have already some existed pipeline. while defining my pipelines, while defining a new pipeline, I can call another pipeline as activity. In programming languages, you are calling from one program to other program, right? Got it. Such kind of things. I am defining a new pipeline, but first four steps are same. First four steps are same. Fifth step onwards, I want to customize it. Then I can call existed pipelines also. In this way, many activities are there. Most used activities are 23. That's it. Okay. If you really master practically, then that is enough for this. Okay. Now I am coming to the fifth step at a time. The fifth step is a data set. Data set is a data component. You can say data component or data object. This object can be a file, can be a table. Okay, can be a file, can be a table, or can be a even blob kind of object like a data lake, any storage account object. There is no restriction for the, okay, the only this should be the data object. There is no such kind of restriction here. Understood? It can be anything. Even it can be on-premise. Data set can be on-premise. Data set can be within Azure. Suppose my file is in Cosmos division. Where is the location? My file is in Cosmos. Within Azure or out of Azure? Within Azure. Data lake, sir. My data is in data lake. Synapse. Everything is within Azure. But your client is coming, first time coming to the cloud means his complete previous data is in on-premise, right?
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can I ask one question?
Yeah, please.
So ADF can be used to pull the data from chart?
Not from the chart.
Okay.
So not from the chart. The chart background is some database or file. From that you get.
Okay. But I mean, so which tool, we won't get a access for the background of chart box, right? Like DBR, whatever it will be. Generally, they will ask of us to be pull the data from. No, right?
No chance, no chance. No chance in ADF.
Okay. Which tool is suitable for that kind of sources?
Directly from the chart, directly you cannot fetch without the data background database access.
Oh, okay.
So
thank you.
Okay. At least there should be some temporary or staging file access. If you have, then only you can extract that.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So please come back to the fifth point. So data object can be of anything. It can be a file on-premise. So what else? Something if I say that can be on-premise, that can be clouds, even other cloud also. Suppose in my case, my previous data was in AWS cloud. Because of its cost, AWS is little cost. Okay, when compared with Azure. Now I want to shift it to Azure. If it is my case, my previous data was in AWS S3 buckets or ADFs. They have a warehouse called AWS Redshift. Now I want to migrate into this one. Anything. Suppose my task is I have an on-premise data. In on-premise, I have Oracle database. Within this Oracle, there is a database name, right? Oracle is a database software. Within the databases to be created, the DB name is, suppose let's say MyDB. DB name is MyDB. Okay. Within this MyDB, there is a table. The table is, let's say, EMP. That is a table. Right. Now, in Azure, what I'm expecting is extract data from Oracle. and write into data lake. When I say data lake, think that that is Gen 2 because that is latest now. This is my case. This is my case. First, what you have to do? What is your work style? Work style. First, you have to create a pipeline. Okay. I want to use copy activity because this operation related with what? Copy. The copy activity has two options. It will ask you what is source, what is sink. Source means input. Sink means target. In our case, what is source? What is source? EMP is source. EMP is in Oracle database. So that first what you need to do, you have to create a data set for EMP. But to create data set for EMP means you need some connection string for your database, that is linked service. To create that linked service, you need some mediation. You need some mediation runtime between Oracle and your data lake, between Oracle and cloud. That is integration runtime. Understood? So to create, first of all, I want to work with a file means I have to create a data set for that. Understand? So now you need to create two data sets. Number one, EMPDS. This is for what? EMPD. And number two, let's say Lake DS. It's for data lake. Then I will use this copy activity. Copy activity will ask me what is source, what is sink. Whenever it asks source, I will give this name. Understand? I will give this name. When it asks the sink, that means target, I will give this name. Understand? Now one activity I am keeping. After that, if I run that pipeline, automatically data will be exported from Oracle to your data lake. Once data came to the data lake, what you want to do with that data, just that is your wish. Are you getting my points? But to create data set, what are your prerequisites? Linked service. Got it? Then note. Okay, before going for this extension, a small task to you. You try to just guide me. What is the way? Approach you, please tell me. Only approach you tell me. I'm not asking you the technicals. Load data from Oracle to data lake, which is employee data only. Okay. And after that, remove employees whose salary greater than 2 lakhs. And write into synapse table. Okay. SynEMP is the table. Perform gender-wise aggregation, like a male total salary, female total salary. And write results into Cosmos table, which is cos1. The data object is cos1. What you have to do? What is your approach from beginning? Pipeline needs data set, right? You are going for a pipeline means you are going to work with the data. You are going to work with the data means before that data set should be ready. Okay. What are the different tables
We,
involved?
we need to create 3 data sets.
Yes. EMPDS one thing. This is from Oracle level. Oracle level and Synapse level. Let's say SynDS. SynDS is for SynEMP. After that, you will perform aggregation. And also, one more data set you need to create for Cosmos. Let's say COSTS. Got it. Okay, data sets ready. After that, you have to create
Activity.
pipeline. In the pipeline, what will be there?
Activity.
Activities. Only one activity I am including data flow activity, which is version 2 concept. In version 2 first, I will take source. What is the source? What is the source? What is source, sir? Oracle table. For the Oracle table, you have created one data set here. EMPDS, right? In the place of source, you will be giving that EMPDS. This is first activity, activity number 1. Till now, if I run it, what will happen?
Data is loaded
Pipeline
into
is
the
not
EMPDS.
pipeline is not matured. Okay, your pipeline will not be executed. It's not because to make it mature, at least one sync should be there. In the case of data place, at least one sync should be there. Got it? What is the next expected operation according to the description? Source ready. Next expected operation. I want to eliminate some of the rows.
Filter.
Yeah, filter. Observe here. The next activity number 2, filter activity. The filter I will give the condition, whatever the data you want. What data you want? What data you want to eliminate? Salary greater than 2 lakhs. What you want? What you want? Salary less than or equals to 2 lakhs you want. That filter condition you have done. This is the first transformation in the only one activity, that is data flow. In the data flow, transformations will be there. The first transformation is reading data from source. Second transformation, filter. And after that, what is next expected? Filtered data I want to write into Synapse data set. For this, I am adding sync.
Now.
For the sync, you have created one more data set. Syn DS. Okay, done. After that, what is next operation? What is next operation? I want to perform aggregation. Okay. Here,
Aggregated.
summary aggregation. What summary you want, you can choose. Whether you want sum or average, maximum, minimum, or any other statistical function, you can choose. So this is another
Group
activity. After that, here group by aggregation summary. Next, again sync. Again sync. Cosmos. So on that way, this entire thing is okay. Now this is pipeline. Suppose your pipeline is, let's say P1. P1 has how many activities? P1 has how many activities? Pipeline is a set of sequence of activities, right? Now your P1 has how many activities? Only one activity, that is data flow. Data flow itself is activity, sir. Only one activity, data flow. Data flow contains transformations. How many transformations you have? 5 transformations. Now if I run it, automatically my expected operation will be done. So this is the style of data migrations from on-premise to cloud. Okay. Okay. Now you understood the importance of a data set. Okay. You understood the importance of a data set. So you want to work with some data source means, or some data target means, you have to create a data set. What is the difference between, now final question before I proceed, what is the difference between EMP and EMPDS?
So EMP is a table or a data lake, whereas EMPDS is a snapshot of that particular
Yes,
table.
correct, correct. Is a snapshot. Is a snapshot. There is no data in the EMPDS. Your physical data is in your Oracle EMP only. For that one logical name, you can call it as a snapshot, or you can call it better word is alias. Understand the point, sir? So ADF side you will call like this. Suppose if you log in into Oracle, if you say select star from EMPDS, that is not available. Select star from EMP you have to say. But from the ADF, you have to access that EMP dataset by using this dataset name. That means you can you materialize this definition, datasets or aliases for physical data objects. Understood? So that too, these aliases are valid within the ADF only, not out of the ADF. Out of the ADF, physical objects. Within the ADF, aliases. Got it. So understood the important.
One question. Can
Yeah,
we
please.
have a shared data set? Like, can I use the same data set between multiple pipelines?
Yes, you can. You can use it, but within the ADF level only. Okay. So now come to the note. Now we know what is a pipeline, what is the activity, what is the data set. But to create a data set, what is the prerequisite? Linked service. Okay. To create data set, linked service must be existed.
Is it configurable?
Yes, it's configurable. Linked service. Now let's talk about linked service. We gave the number 4 for this. Okay. What is linked service? Is a connection string.
A connection
Is a connection string. Got it. Is a connection string to the storage accounts or databases. Not to the data, storage account. Okay. Databases. For example, already I told you the example. I have Oracle. In Oracle, my database name is MyDB. Within that MyDB, I have a lot of tables. I have EMP table. I have department table. I have attendance table. In this way, I have many tables. I am not, 1 minute, madam. I am not going to create this linked service, not for the tables. I am going to create linked service for database. If I create a linked service for database, I can access all the tables. I can create data sets for all the tables. Okay. One more example. I have a data lake. Within the data lake, so how you have databases here? Within the data lake, you have storage accounts. The storage account name is like, let's say, MyACC. Within that MyACC, I have a blob 1, I have file 2, I have file 3, like this. Now, if I create a linked service for my storage account, which is MyACC, then I can access all these files. Understood? Okay, madam, now you are going to ask me something, please.
Yeah. Thank you. Can we able to create linked services to cube sources? Like
Yes.
to exist?
But anything. But a cube is object, remember. Cube is object. But that object should reside under some schema, under some database. You are creating linked service for them. Got my point, madam?
Yeah, I mean, like multi-dimensional cube. Suppose
Yes,
I want,
yes.
you got me right.
Yeah, yeah. But cube is what here? Cube is the object.
Mhm.
For that cube, within the based on that cube, you have to create the data sets, but not for the linked, not the linked services.
Oh, okay.
You're
So we,
yeah, you're creating linked service only for the database if it is RDBMS.
Mhm. So for the remaining type of sources, we need to create only data sets.
Data sets, that's it. Okay. Uh,
How can, I mean, if I want to access some measures and some dimensions, consider some dimensions to create dynamic partitions, right?
Yeah.
So how do we going to be do that? Just create data set and
just
run that
just to
script.
create data sets for that. Just to create data sets, and after that, while working with them, whatever the data you want to access depends on this, what you call permission levels. We can set it
Oh, okay.
like that. Okay. Now come back to this scenario. Where is that? Okay. Okay. Small modifications within this. Load data from Oracle to data lake, but in Oracle I have two tables. Let's say employee and department. Okay. My required transformation is not to remove. Here I want to join EMP and DEPT datasets. Join EMP and DEPT datasets. That's it. I don't and write into finally synapse. Please tell me your way. What's
So
your
we will
work
be
style?
creating two data sets.
First, to create data set, what is your previous work is without prerequisite. Now you need linked services, right? I want to
Yep.
create a data set means linked service should be there. But for the linked service also prerequisite is there, sir. Integration runtime. Think that integration runtime already there. For now, integration runtime already there.
So we will be creating a linked service for
Your
a
database is
particular.
MyDB, sir. Your
We
database
need
is
to create a
MyDB. Number one,
linked
create a
service,
linked service. Service for?
MyDB.
Yes, MyDB. Then that
Later
is
we
that.
will be creating. We will be creating two data sets. One is for EMP
1.1.
and the one is
Create data set.
for EMPD.
EMPDS. But EMPDS should use one linked service.
Linked.
Let's say the linked service name is LK MyDB. At the time of creating data set, it will ask you linked service name. What name I need to give? LK MyDB. The next work, 1.2.
Create
Create
data
say,
set for DBT.
let's say DEPTDS. Can I use same linked service? Can I
Yes.
use linked service or I need to go for new one?
You can
Same,
use same.
because both are in same database. Both are in same database. Got it. So LKMIDB I can use. Okay, for now I have only two tables. Tomorrow my client created another third table. In that moment, can I use same linked service? I can. Because you are creating linked service not for the tables, for the database. Understood, sir? Okay. Now,
So,
next
sir,
steps.
one question here.
Yeah, please,
So,
sir.
if it is, yeah, so if it is not the same database, it's a different database, then we need to use.
Yes. Suppose EMP is in MyDB of Oracle. In same Oracle, there is another DB, your DB, DEPT in your DB. Understood? Both are in Oracle only. Under Oracle, I have two databases. One is MyDB, another one is your DB. But EMP from MyDB, DEPT from your DB. In this case, you have to create two separate linked services.
Okay, sir, got it.
Understood? Understood. But if it
Yes.
is same database, you don't need it. Okay, please come to the second step.
Can we create linked service on web services?
No.
I mean, can you help of us to understand in summary what are the different sources we can able to access by using this linked service or datasets? One is RDBMS, another is file system, and what else?
File system. File system can be distributed or non-distributed. It can be local, it can be remote. Okay, everything. Even cloud file systems. Okay, and
HDFS?
yes, that is what file system comes under that.
Okay, okay.
Including HDFS, everything. Even Databricks is releasing a DBFS, Databricks file system. Anything you can access. Okay, yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Even any NoSQL database also. Any NoSQL database also, not only for RDBMS. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Please help me the second point, sir. Your first step is completed. Your first step is completed. For the Oracle, you have created linked service and then created 2 data sets. Then what is the task?
Join stage.
These two files you want to dump into data lake. At the time of loading data only you can apply join, right? At the time of loading data, if you apply join, that will become ETL or ELT. At the time of data loading only, if you apply the join,
ETL.
ETL, right?
ETL.
We don't want ETL. I want ELT style. That's why in the second step, please observe. Create a linked service for data lake storage account. Data lake storage account. Let's say this storage account name is LK MyACC. Okay, LK MyACC, my account, my storage account. Next, 2.1 data set. Lake EMP. As this I am loading without performing any transformation. 2.2. Again data set. Lake DEPT. Understand? These are the 2 data sets I have created. As this now extract and only load is done. Now apply the transformation. To apply the transformation again at Synapse level you need a table, right? At Synapse level you need a table, right? Now create a linked service for Synapse database. Within the Synapse also again database will be there. Within the database again tables will be there. Got it? Suppose that name is LK Cindy. Now 3.3 data set. For the data set is it's a DSC or CineMP. It can be of anything. Now you can design your pipeline. Now all prerequisites till now what is ready? Till now what is ready? Prerequisites for your pipeline is ready. Prerequisites for your pipeline is ready. Got it? Now I am coming to the pipeline. What is the style of here? What activity according to you? Directly use second version. The activity is
data flow.
Within the data flow, transformations will be there. First transformation, source. What is source?
EMPDS, DEPTDS.
EMPDS. Already you have given some names. I forgot the name. EMPDS, DEPTDS. EMPDS as one source. Again, second source.
DEPTDS.
DEPTDS. These two parallel or dependent?
Independent. Can run parallelly.
You can run parallel. Okay. Next. Data is now, till now, source level. If you talk about source level, means data is on premise. If data is on-premise, don't apply transformation directly. First dump into this one. So next, sync. Lake EFT. Another sync. Lake DEPT. Next transformation, joint transformation. Next, sync. What is sync? DS sync. Understand? So here many transformations, but many transformations are parallel here. Now, if I publish this pipeline, if I execute this pipeline, your expectation will be done. Directly, you can avoid this one also. Entire data lake you can avoid. Once you have specified source and two sources, directly you can apply join, but process will be slower because of two reasons. One is on-premise to cloud migration. Second reason is bulk volume of data. That to join is a little painful for execution. Understand the point, sir? So many reasons are there. That's why to control this kind of clumsiness, you are not going in the style of ETL, go in the style of ELT. Extract, load, and then the required transformations you are applying. Same like SQL, sir. In SQL, you have different varieties of joins are there, right? Like this here also, but you need not write a query. Understand? Only everything will be done with your mouse weapon. That's it. But some customizations to understand whether these joins are happening perfectly or not, you should have SQL knowledge. Suppose you have loaded data into Synapse, the data perfectly loaded or not, to test, to verify that, you need SQL knowledge. Understood? Sir, I think the time is up, 8:44 already. Another class is waiting for me. Shall we close this session, sir? And tomorrow, same link. If you wait for 2 minutes, yesterday recording I will share you.
Sir, one doubt here.
Please,
Is
sir.
it mandatory to use data flow every time, or without data flow also we can?
Without data flow also you can, sir, because version 1 completely without data flow, right?
Okay.
So because of data flow, lot work is more simplified. And also one more benefit with the data flow is, if you run something, automatically Databricks cluster will be participating in execution, so that your process will be faster.
Okay, so it's a good practice to use data flow here.
Yes, sir.
How much volume of data can we handle through pipelines?
There is no restriction, madam. Only one thing, data volume is too much high. There is no situation like data hanging, but the situations will be like the process delay. And also one more situations like user to user, there is a limitation on data load. Suppose you are one user, madam, you are capable up to, you are allowed up to load up to limits of the 5 terabyte of data only. Because of those issues, the loadings will be failed. But if you have fully accessed permissions, then there is no restriction about the data loadings.
Suppose, say, for example, if I want to load 1 terabyte of data, how much time approximately it will take compared to traditional?
It again depends.
Just direct load.
If it is direct load, what is the source system capacity? That is also important, because finally reading should be done from the source system. Okay, suppose if my data source is Hadoop, when I call the read operation, automatically parallel process will be done.
Okay, consider like traditional sources, then I want to load 1 terabyte. So how much time it will take?
Around 4 hours it will take, madam.
4 hours?
4 hours, 4 point. Recently I observed 4 point. Even some of the processes have taken more time also. But
how come then it has become a popular, like, people who want to be near real time, right? This much data delay, no one is going to accept.
No.
Right?
That is not problem with the Azure. That is problem with their source databases. That is
Okay.
not problem with Azure. Azure is capable of readily capable of processing. That too, here we have powerful weapons like Azure Streaming and Azure Databricks.
Hmm.
Recent one story, madam. Same
Hmm.
thing, like one of our student who is working as a ADF developer.
Okay.
So they have to, totally around 80 million records data it is. Almost
Okay.
1.2 terabyte near to the 1.2 terabyte.
Mm-hmm.
She has all the access and all the permissions to load the data, but process time is around 4.5 hours for migration. Same migrating from Oracle to the Synapse table. So simply so not into Synapse table, into the data lake, that to the data conversion into Parquet. So this is what their expectation. So time is already taking 4.5. So simply I suggested and she agreed and their team also agreed, replace the same ADF job with the data flows, not with the data flow, data bricks.
Hmm.
Then after completion of the process, the time taken is only 18 minutes, madam.
Okay.
So still client expectation is, still the client expectation is more. So at that time, additional flavor is added after a few days. That is a poly-based integration to this, to this data loading.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then the time become around between 7 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
Due to many techniques are there, but all these techniques are reducing your time but increasing your cost, madam. Remember.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
This is also one of the considerations. Okay.
So can we achieve the same thing by using a
నువ్వు ఇవన్నీ ఎందుకు
Kafka
పెట్టావు
or
దీంట్లో
something?
ఇరుక్కపోతున్నది మెంటల్ వాడా
1 minute, madam. Can you repeat that?
Can we achieve the same kind of operation by using a Kafka pipelines?
Kafka pipelines just use it only for streaming, madam. Don't try to play it as a full-fledged ETL tool kind of things.
Okay, got it.
Just as use Kafka as a messaging system only.
Oh, okay, got it. But Databricks we can use for streaming
Yes.
as well as normal data, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So can you please remind me yesterday date, 21, because I want to share the recording.
Yeah, today's date, today's and yesterday's. Could you please share with us?
So today's recording will be ready after 1 hour, madam. And
No problem. Thank you very much, sir, for all your time. Have a great day.
Thank you. This one, November 29th is yesterday, sir.
Yes.
November 29th.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sharing that. Okay, sir. I shared it. Please collect it. Please collect fast, sir. I'm disconnecting this meeting because I have other session. Tomorrow, same time, sir, by 7:30, I will log in. All of you done? Can I close?
Got it, sir.
Yeah, thank you.